So we're in Bethanne's garden.
Hey guys, mix of some being really ripe, fall off really easily. Some gorgeous red, some orange.
Yeah, I see some down here.
There's a whole bunch in here.
Wow, there's so many.
I know. I know. So last year, we had them kind of falling over on the ground. We weren't as organized about it. This year, as I'm munching on cherries, you have to. We have these nice little stands here to kind of weave them through and hold them up a little bit, which helps quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just kind of reach in and get the ones. I mean, it's like a pool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tomatoes. It's awesome. And then these, yeah, these should be ready probably. I mean, some of our tomatoes are kind of late season, so it'll be September before they're going ripe, which is, you know, a couple months late. And then we have some chard. Here, have some tomatoes.
Ooh, thank you.
So we have some amazing. So this is all arugula.
Mm-hmm.
Arugula. And some chard. A small little
Awesome.
gorgeousness. That's amazing. You want to try that?
Yeah.
And here's another. And this is purslane, this whole bed here. So our beds are in the shapes of hearts, which is awesome because we grow everything with lots of love. And so this is purslane that has gone to seed. So this is what it looks like. You can see those black seeds in there. And it's actually okay to eat the seeds. It's just fine.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, you can
Thank you.
try it. And lots more arugula. We have arugula everywhere in the garden. So, oh, this is arugula. This is chicory. Have you had chicory before?
I don't know.
Okay, it's got relatively strong flavor.
Arugula is spicy.
This is kind of a lot to have of it, but take a bite. And here's some great collards. So I will, in the evening, like I come out and harvest our dinner and just get a big bowl. We'll do it also for lunch today. And just get a whole bunch of greens, arugula, tomatoes, chard, and we have so much kale. There's like a ton of kale here also.
My
and
favorite.
then just make a big mash with like raw sauerkraut and spirulina, everything that I love. And then wrap it in the collard leaves, or like nori wraps, or nori sheets. And then you can dress it with some gorgeous flowers. These are beauties. I love those. They make a nice decoration. And they're totally edible, so you can have some.
Thank you.
Well, we moved in and there was actually nothing here. So it was just a complete dirt. It was a mess. And they had cleared it out just a little bit. And then we built this fence. And Christian just put the stakes in the ground and we made it happen. And then we started with, you know, however many beds and just kept growing and growing. And I really wanted to do it in the shapes of hearts just because it's like, okay, we got to have food that's truly made with love. And it looked great. Like when you stood on the roof here, it was like you could see, you know, 20 different hearts. And yeah, and then we just started with all of our favorite, like organic heirloom vegetables, leafy greens, herbs. We do a lot of like cilantro and parsley and dill. And we didn't realize that purslane, we already had a lot of purslane here. And so we planted some, and purslane is a weed. And so we didn't need to plant it, but that's okay, because I don't think you could have too much purslane. So we had like 2.5 beds of it, and then it just started creeping up like all over the place.
Wow.
So like, you know, some people's property, they have dandelions. Some people have whatever maybe. So this is, we have a lot of kale kind of scattered through here.
Oh yeah, I see it.
A lot of it. It's so yummy. And different kinds of kale too.
Yeah.
So here's
curly kale.
Yeah. The beauty of kale. This is heirloom lettuce. Have you had heirloom lettuce before? It tastes
probably not.
Totally different. I love the shape of these leaves. I wouldn't do a whole salad of this. You know, it's pretty strong in flavor.
Yeah, it is.
But
wow.
But doing like a handful mixed in with every other green and herb that you choose is great.
Some kale.
And there's a ladybug. Oh, you just touched her.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a yellow ladybug.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a sign. What's the shamanic meaning
I was
of
just
ladybug?
gonna say it's a shamanic ladybug.
Good luck, right?
Right. Okay, so here's a perfect purslane. This makes me so happy. I love purslane. All right. So this is actually a hybrid purslane. So this is like we had stuff that we planted, as I said, and then we have stuff that was just wild, that was just here in our garden. And the stuff that's wild looks like this. So if you come down here, it's smaller, they're darker leaves, and it's just like a whole bed of them. The stuff that's kind of up here is a hybrid. This is all hybrid. This is like a mix of the wild. It's like it created its own.
Oh, yeah.
And it's even more distinct looking when it hasn't gone to seed, meaning its season is up. You know, like a month ago, 2 months ago, this was an unbelievable, like fluffy green, light green bed of purslane.
Wow.
And just really succulent leaves. I could do a whole
This tastes amazing.
salad.
Oh my God.
Purslane, it's so good. Good amount of omega-3s, fatty acids.
Good
It's
to
actually
know.
the highest source of omegas in the plant kingdom.
Wow.
Yeah, and it tastes awesome too.
It does taste awesome.
Okay, so we have a ton of tomatillos.
Yeah, I noticed.
We have some work to do.
I've been seeing it
in the
over
garden.
here.
Yes, they're everywhere. We're gonna make a ton of tomatillo salsa.
Yay. Are you doing, like, have you done the fermented kind? Like fermented tomatillos?
Maybe we will. That sounds really good. Our collard beds over here. And again, it's kind of the end of the season, but so I will grab like the biggest leaves that we can get for dinner, and we're like, that one could be a good one. We could do, kind of. Usually they're a little bit bigger. It's one thing that I've noticed is hard for me to wait until everything gets really big, you know, because I get so excited about growing and I'm like, oh my God, I have to try it. You know? And the baby collard, like when it's like this, I mean, ideally you wait, you know, but it's like, just taste it. It's so good. It's hard to wait. So you can put a whole bunch of stuff in here and then just like tuck it in, roll it up like a burrito, and then eat it like that. It's great. Let's see if you can see them. I don't know if there's any that are ripe. We've picked a lot of them in the past few days. Oh wait, here's one. Yay. Here we go. Look at that beauty.
Beautiful.
I know. You want to share it?
Sure.
Okay. So yummy. So here's some more.
Wow.
So those will be ready in a few days.
Here's a
And,
bunch of little ones.
Yeah. So it'll be really exciting when this is. Yeah. In just a couple weeks. So some stuff, I mean, gardens are so fascinating because some stuff it's totally out. Like if you turn around and get a glimpse of the garden right now, it's green, it's gorgeous, it's lush, it's like, gosh, it looks like, I mean, the whole thing is edible. But when you get into it, it's like, you know, there's maintenance and we gotta replant stuff and get things going for the fall and for the winter. And we have some early tomatoes and then we have some really late tomatoes that'll do their thing in September, which is really cool.
Yay.
And so here was a little line of kale, still is.
Yeah.
And I've made a lot of kale chips with our own kale. Just come out here, gather a big bowl of it, of all the different kinds of kale, you know. Kale.
Yeah.
And
Thank
try it.
you.
And here's your tomato.
Oh, thanks. I'll wrap it in the kale.
And here we are with calendula.
Ooh, awesome.
So we have orange and yellow calendula flowers. And again, I have like a whole bunch of pictures up online. I think actually like my profile page on the Edible Goddess page is just the whole bed of calendula, which was over a couple beds over. And it's so beautiful. I mean, it's just like the whole thing is orange. You know, the little yellow flowers kind of making their way through. There's really no difference nutritionally. You can eat them both. What I do is I just take all the leaves like that and then, you know, eat them. So But so what we did, like a couple months
Thank
ago,
you.
is I came out here with a big bowl. We tore up the whole bed, took them all out by the root, and, you know, took basically this part off. So cut it like that instead of, you know, eating it straight.
Yeah.
Put it in a bowl, and then we dried it in a dehydrator
Oh.
for probably 24 hours or something. And then you can use that and infuse body oils with it, like olive oil and jojoba. And you can make that's how you make calendula infused salves and body butters and facial oils. It's really soothing. It's just amazing for the skin. There's a lot of nutritional properties in it. And it's gorgeous. Look at it. It's bright yellow. Bright yellow in a field of green. And then this is all heirloom lettuce.
Wow.
Here's an amazing
Sage.
Oh my gosh, it's just so good.
Beautiful.
I just want to like smell this all the time. It's so beautiful.
Could you do the same thing with the sage as you would the calendula flowers with the
Yeah.
infusing and dehydrating?
Yeah, definitely. And we could take some. You could take some home today.
Awesome.
So, and I like having that here. This is actually an area where a deer hopped over, so it just sort of protects it. We don't really have problems with it, even though this is a huge deer community. We've been able to keep them out. We've just had them come in like maybe 2 or 3 times. But there's that saying, you've probably heard it, it's like 1/3 of the food that you plant, you harvest for you, 1/3 goes back to the earth.
Right.
You know, the seeds drop, go back into the earth, and then you get some maybe next year. And 1/3 of it for the wild animals and just for anyone who comes by.
Yeah. So it's interesting just walking through here, tasting the different greens specifically. There's so much different flavor, and it's kind of, I've been noticing this lately, like we don't get a lot of that variety of flavor in the food that we buy at the store. It's very much like just the mainstream, the same stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very eye-opening.
I love it out here. And you have your hands in it, you're growing it yourself, you know what you've put into it in terms of the energy, the love, any amendments. We do a lot of amendments. It's not just organic soil. So we have, on the other side of the fence, there's 40 years worth of horse manure
Woohoo!
that we inherited when we moved in here. And we mix that with our organic compost from everything that we eat, just from eating a ton of raw. Some of the amendments that we use are kelp, seaweed, ocean minerals, and rock dust. And that infuses the soil with a massive amount of minerals, and it will uptake it, and then you consume that. So instead of resorting to mineral tablets or capsules or something like that, you just eat your own food if you've done it in a sense like the better way, you know.
Yeah.
And that is your supplement. There's no reason to go buy a pill. It doesn't even make like logical sense anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, your food becomes potent.
It does, yeah. Your food becomes your food is your medicine, right?
Yeah.
And so to actually, it's one thing to talk about it. Like I, had been like, yeah, it's a brilliant idea. I love that idea. And then it's something else when you're actually barefoot in the garden and you're growing your own food and you're actually doing it and then you're harvesting it every single night. My life has totally changed. I feel like it's for sure been the best health decision I've ever made. It's transformed my health more than I think anything else. That's a really like profound thing for me to say, because there's been a lot of things, there's been a lot of shifts that I've made. Eating more raw foods, being involved with superfoods, involved with them, consuming them, getting into tonic herbalism, spring water, edible skincare, like your attitude, conscious of, just raising your consciousness, self-growth, all of these different things, like, are different pieces of the pie to, I think, create, like, the best and healthiest expression of you, right? But there's something about growing your own food. It's like you get your hands on the earth, you become really connected to what really matters.